Hello guys. This is All Basketball TV once again. I will take you back in time. This is the Game 5 of the 1987 NBA Eastern Conference Finals between the Boston Celtics and the Detroit Pistons. Coming into the game, the Celtics have defeated Detroit 16 straight in Boston Garden, Pistons last win December 19, 1982. This was one of the greatest games of Larry Bird, not only by delivering a 36 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists, but by playing every minute, second of the game. These are some of the highlights. Let's watch this.
Early in the game, tries to pound that ball inside to especially Robert Parrish and Kevin McHale. Robert Parrish in the 2 games in Boston Garden is averaging over 25 points per game. In Detroit, he averaged only 7.5 points per game. That was because of an injured ankle. Let's see which Robert Parrish shows up tonight. I think that he is the key into tonight's ball game.
And we are ready to go. Sellout crowd, Boston Garden, Game 5, Eastern Conference Finals. Parrish and Lane Beer.
You see him walking up the floor. He is yet to get in the picture.
Bird from the perimeter, Larry Bird. 4-2 Boston.
They are playing Dantley. AD's going to take it on the drive.
Bird cut off the drive, forced a bad shot from Dantley. Ainge to McHale. And he'll go to the line. And this series is tied at 2. Bird inside. Left-hand layup over Dantley.
Well, Dantley cannot handle Larry Bird inside. Bird is 6'9", and he's ambidextrous. He can score left or right-handed in there, so he's got to look to score. He just can't look to play defense.
What a move by McHale. He tried to go to Bird, he tried to go to Ainge, saw nothing and took it to the hole.
It might be the difference of him gaining some more confidence and being ready to play here in a big ball game.
Certainly changing Boston's thinking about the future with the point guard. Sally comes down on Bird. Very aggressively, Sally came out there. Bird faked him right into him. That's the second on John Sally, the rookie from Georgia Tech, who's played very well and definitely brought the shot block back to the Detroit Pistons. He had more blocked shots this year than any Piston since the 78-79 season. And the other rookie, Dennis Rodman's about to check in, as Dantley is. Well, I thought Dantley was going to get a rest. They're taking Sally out.
It'll be very interesting to watch here. Dennis Rodman is a very enthusiastic, hyper player, especially at home. Let's see how he reacts to his emotion here in Boston Garden. You have not seen as much as the rah-rah and the fist pumping here as you do at home. In fact, the last time that Dennis Rodman was here, remember, he shot 2 air balls when he was at the free throw line.
Bird on the double team. There's a mix-up between Seasting and Vincent. Bird gets it all the way across to Vincent. Shot clock to 7. Great feed to Larry Bird from Sam Vincent. Jay Vincent, both of them outstanding pros. McHale in the paint over Rodman. Rattles it home. Kevin McHale. Lenny Johnson missing. Bird rebounding.
That was great defense by Sam Vincent. He did.
Horn and McHale kind of stay down at the other end. Sally rebounds but misses. Bird's back.
That's a set play off the backboard.
What a beauty. Johnson bounces it to Bird.
That was a set play. Bird was fronted, and they bounced the ball off the backboard. A pass. That's something you work on. That's a great play. Houston used to run that all the time with the 2 big guys.
Now there came Parrish for the double team. Dantley takes it out. Day's playing Dantley right now. Dantley gives away about an inch on Day. Isaiah Thomas driving pass. Bird blocks it. The shot clock sounds. It'll be a 2-shot foul.
Watch Robert Parrish on this loose ball. Boy, he cracked an elbow up there at Dennis Rodman. Rodman better be glad that he wasn't too much closer. He possibly landed there on the baseline.
And he did get it. He missed it. Darren Day kept it alive. Behind the back to Bird. Darren Day. Oh, my, oh, my. Well, that's one of the prettier plays you'll see in the 1987 playoffs.
Here's that last play when Larry Bird was fronted in the post. He's going to be fronted in the post. They're going to throw the ball off the backboard right down the gut to him. He's going to get it and lay it in. Let's take a look at it. Low post position, Dennis Rodman fighting him for position. DJ off the glass. Larry Bird right there for the pass, and he scores. That's a set play, and they executed it to perfection.
Lambeer into Dantley. Past Parrish. Parrish gets him from behind.
That's twice he's got Rodman layups off that play.
Now Bird with 15 on the shot clock. All the way to Ainge from the baseline. Big bucket by Danny Ainge, 4-2. The lead had been cut to 2. Now Boston by 4. It was taken away by Darren Day. Parrish shot it off rhythm, and Detroit keeps dodging the Boston bullet. Boston had a chance to get this lead about to 10, but Detroit just hung in there. They come back, and the lead has been cut now to 3.
Robert Parrish was very tentative jumping off that left ankle that time. You could see him. He did not take it. Normally he would try to dunk that ball. He very gingerly tried to shoot that shot.
Nice play by Darren Day. It doesn't fall. The tip by Parrish. He can't get it to fall, and Parrish takes Lambeer to the ground with a right forearm.
The security guards are out on the floor right now, too. Now, I mean, something had to be called on Robert Parrish. That's got to be a punching foul or something. I don't know what the deal is here, but Robert Parrish just hit him in the face twice. It's got to be something. That's got to be more than just a foul on Darren Day. And I'm not trying to choose sides, but watching the game or watching the replay, that was 2 punches to the face.
It is really hard to believe, considering what has happened in the history of this series, that flagrant forearm by Robert Parrish, whether it was deserved or not, is beside the point for what I'm saying. Parrish does not even get called for a foul. The foul was called on Day prior to that play.
That was not
Thomas
right.
shoots.
That was not right. Lambeer should have shot 2 free throws. There should have been a technical, should be a punching foul, something, but there had to be something called. It's like it never even occurred. That's not right.
Well, we'll keep our eyes on these two to see what will happen. Parrish doesn't get the bounce. Rebound, Dantley. Isaiah throwing it. He was aware of the clock. Dantley wasn't. At the end of the half, and oh, what a half it's been. Lambeer and Parrish walking out beside each other over there. We'll keep our eyes on them. Championship series, they're tied at 2. Ainge, the great move to the hoop, and the tip in by McHale, but they call basket interference. It will not count.
That ball was going to go in. It looked like the
Parrish very slowly getting back. McHale with the reverse, and he'll go to the line for a 3-point opportunity.
Takes a move, he gets in the lane, he has no place to go, but his athletic ability helped him find Kevin McHale. That's playing with each other for 5 or 6 years. You know where to look for him.
Gets it to Bird. It's a Boston break. They've got the numbers. Bird. And Boston leads by 9.
56 when they had to call it, when Boston had to call a timeout. But Bird, under control, takes the ball to the baseline. Little feathery jump shot to put his team up 9. But so many times what happens, you come out of that locker room in the 3rd quarter, and Boston Garden, they hit you with the surge.
They open Johnson, they reverse it to Ainge. Here's a 3-pointer. Bird tipped it to McHale.
What a presence of mind. What a great play. With his left hand, tips it to Kevin McHale for a layup. Great play.
Boston by 9. 9 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Ainge behind the back. Here comes Benny Johnson. Ainge finger rolls it home. Boston goes up by 11. A 9-point, a 9-2 Boston run in a little over 3 minutes of this second half. Detroit gets a full timeout now. 8:51 to go in the 3rd quarter.
He's not afraid to take a big shot when the ball is rotating on the perimeter.
Lambeer and McHale fighting for position on the inbound play. Official Jess Kersey had to go in there to separate them. They get it to McHale. The fall away goes. Lambeer hooking over Bird and missing.
Lambeer is not a good low post player, and you can see he's uncomfortable down there even against the smaller Larry Bird.
Bird gets a 3-pointer. Bird can't hit. Throw the ball in the ocean for about 4 possessions. Then he goes down and gets a big one as Dantley fouls him, and he gets a 3-point opportunity.
Well, the difference was he took it into about 12 feet. And right now, Larry Bird is not making his perimeter shot, but when he gets inside about 12, 13 feet, and he's able to just shoot the ball up over Adrian Dantley, I think you might see them go more into the post against him rather than have him rely on his second half, maybe to give the veterans a blow. There's Bird in the post again.
With a left hand, and Doug Collins, you called it. They've posted Bird down there, and here's where Boston's going to have trouble matching up on Larry Bird.
They're going to try to force Chuck Daly's hands to get Dantley out of the ball game, and now come in probably with Rodman. So now the tables are turned. Dantley, the offensive player for Detroit, is going to be forced out of the ball game.
Mahorn picked up the fourth. They're going to sit him down and leave Dantley in, but your point is still the same, Doug. No question in my mind, Rodman will go to Bird defensively.
And Adrian Dantley will go to Darren Day.
So 2 trips, 6 points for Larry Bird. Lead.
Watch Bird try to draw the foul. He's going to be smart and try to take it right inside where he can get fouled.
Dennis Johnson over the 7-footer John Sally.
In a Pee-wee game.
Boston by 4, 2:30 to go in the quarter. And the foul against Detroit, John Sally. Sally picks up his third. Now Dumar's out. We have Vinnie Johnson into the ball game. So let's check that Detroit lineup. Laimbeer, Sally, and Dantley are up front. Thomas and Vinnie Johnson in the backcourt.
The toughest thing about playing Larry Bird, especially when you're in the penalty, is you try to deny him the ball. And you got to be concerned that he's so smart at drawing contact that he'll draw the contact and he'll get you to the free throw line. He is very smart when he baits you into fouling him. If you're not in the penalty, he doesn't use you as much as when you can get to the free throw line.
Bird 7 out of 7 from the line in this game. Boston 83-77. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bird against Rodman. Doesn't get the three-point opportunity, draws another foul, however. And it is Rodman's foul. Rodman has 4, Sally has 4, Mahorn has 4 for Detroit. Those are significant numbers. Only one player really in significant foul trouble for, make that 2, for Boston. McHale has 5, and Day has 4. Vinnie Johnson limping off the floor.
It looked like he banged his knee on that last fast break as he dished off. I think he maybe banged knees with a player.
Bird perfect from the free throw line tonight. That's his 8th free throw. He has 24 points. Dantley leads all scorers with 25. Fred Roberts in for Parrish. Last 26 seconds of the third quarter.
Well, Detroit should try to run it down and get the last shot. A lot of times they try to isolate high outside with Isaiah Thomas. Let him handle the ball on the dribble. That's the kind of shot you want right there.
Laimbeer had it, couldn't get it. So here's Laimbeer from the outside again. Missing again. Bird rebounded.
It's Bird on the screen.
And Rodman for Detroit. Bird just threw that one up. Now Detroit running.
Oh my, what a move by Dennis Rodman.
Tremendous athlete. His athletic ability is, the potential in that body is incredible.
He made a good move by the
Vinnie Johnson. Dennis Johnson against Mahorn. Sally with the foul. The third quarter. Bird fades away and hits one from about 15. How intense this game is. Vinnie Johnson on a great drive, and Parrish goes down with his ankle.
Man, I tell you, Boston is really beat up right now. They're going to have to take a 20-second timeout. Vinnie Johnson turned the corner on the screen roll. Parrish went up to try to block it, and right now he is in a lot of pain.
Can put no pressure on that left ankle.
Man, oh man.
Ray Melchiori out there helping him off the floor.
Let's take a look at it right here. Robert Parrish coming over. He's trying to give up. Watch his left ankle. Oh, he steps on John Sally's foot. I tell you, what a bad break.
John Sally with a nice feed to Dennis Rodman, the two-hand jam, and all of a sudden it is a 5-point Detroit lead, their biggest of the ball game. He'll be playing in pain. Fred Roberts sits down. It's a 5-point Detroit lead, 6:21 remaining. Trying to go to McHale, they do.
That's who they got to go to right there. They're really doubling well down on him.
Ainge. Look at Dennis Johnson. He kept that alive. Bird's open. McHale with a pass. And the foul. Let's check carefully to see who this foul is on.
Kevin McHale spotting Larry Bird underneath. Right here, Rodman makes a rookie mistake. When he hears the whistle, he should have grabbed him. He let him finish the shot. And when you hear that whistle, Bob, you got to grab him. You can't let him get 3.
Now Rodman with 5.
Let him get 2, but don't let him get 3.
Bird has 3'd him to death here. That was another 3-point. That's 4 3-point conversions for Larry Bird at the free throw line. And now Detroit leads by 2 with 6 minutes remaining. Detroit has 3 players with 5 fouls.
Oh, wow.
Goaltending on Robert Parrish. It's a 4-point Detroit lead.
See if Boston tries to come down and get the ball to McHale.
Boston has all 5 starters in there. 2 rookies on the floor for Detroit, along with their super sub, Vinnie Johnson. It was tipped out of bounds by Detroit. It will belong to Boston.
We've got to give Detroit a lot of credit. Right now, they have a very active team on the floor. They have 2 shot blockers, Rodman and Sally.
Bird for 3. No, only 2. He was stepped on the line.
Well, Rodman took a nap that time. You can't get off Larry Bird.
More significantly, Larry Bird finally hits from long range. Detroit by 1. 5:20 to go in the game. Thomas blocked by Bird. Ainge tried to feed to Bird. Good defensive play by Detroit. Sally doesn't get the roll. It's going to be a Detroit Boston foul, loose ball. That's on Ainge. Lambeer has it blocked by McHale. Foul in the backcourt. It's on Isaiah Thomas.
Be interesting to see how long Chuck Daly stays with this lineup. Does he come back with Adrian Dantley, maybe for a Sally, and keep Rodman possibly on Larry Bird?
And here's something significant. Detroit into the penalty with that call. That means Boston will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. The Celtics with only 2, and there's the substitution you're talking about.
Well, you got to think now you've got to go with some offense, too. He's going to go with Rodman. That'll put Adrian Dantley matched up on Larry Bird. So let's just look to see if the Boston Celtics try to go in the post and try to get to the free throw line with Bird against Dantley. Detroit can go to the basket with it, but Boston can be aggressive because they've got 2 fouls to waste.
Bird hasn't missed from the line, has 33 points to match his number, and now he has 34. To Lambeer, he couldn't control it. Boston can take the lead again. Bird finds Johnson. He penetrates over Lambeer off the glass. Parrish is there to put it and miss it. Lambeer to Johnson. Detroit running, and Parrish is down again. Sally with the tip in.
Robert Parrish cannot get up. The game is still going on. So, you know, Robert Parrish, I hate to say this, in the 3-second lane right now. They can call you for that being in the lane.
And now they get the timeout. Ray Melchiori comes back out. 3:41 to go in the game. Detroit leading by 2. And that man is playing on nothing but heart. He went out with an ankle injury that would keep most people out of the game. Came back in, and now he's twisted it again. 5 team fouls on Detroit. They're in the penalty. Boston has committed only 2. But the big problem for Boston right now is Parrish, who looks to be leaving the arena. Robert Parrish is finished for this day. Detroit likes to penetrate. Parrish keeps him from doing that, along with McHale. McHale's got 5 fouls. Parrish is out of there.
Well, you look at the lineup that Detroit has on the floor right now. They have a quick, aggressive team. I still think you're going to see Bird in the post against.
To 6. Johnson over McHale. Oh, my. Vinnie Johnson over the 6'11" Kevin McHale. Boston trailing now by 4. McHale finds Day open. Gets the layup and the foul. A chance to pull to within 1 for the Celtics.
Kevin McHale got the double team, and nobody picked up Darren Day. John Sally turned his back, and he was playing Bird.
Now in the double team. Lane Beer has it batted away by Day. What a defensive play for Day, and a foul in the backcourt. Loose ball foul. It's on Lane Beer.
Lane Beer made a sluggish pass. He just put the ball up for grabs. Darren Day got a piece of it, knocked it loose.
Day with a big free throw, and he goes to the line again. It's tied at 99. See the marks of war on Bill Laimbeer.
Darren Day was the hero in Milwaukee in Game 4.
Boston has the lead, 2:39 remaining. To Laimbeer. Bird gets out on him, bothered the shot, doesn't fall. Rebound Benny Johnson, rebound Dennis Johnson. Boston by one with a minute and a half to go. Oh, Detroit had the chance, couldn't get it to fall. Timeout, Boston. There's the story. A minute 26 to go in the game. Boston leading by one. Detroit has Mahorn, Laimbeer, Thomas, and Rodman with 5. Sally's already fouled out. Day has fouled out for Boston, and McHale has 5. Nobody else with more than 3 for the Boston Celtics.
During the timeout, they took out Jerry Seasting, brought in Fred Roberts, a bigger player, to match Rodman. Watch Bird throwing the ball in out of bounds. He is dangerous. Keep your eye on him, because he'll throw the ball in and they'll look to try to rub him off the screen.
They just did. Mahorn playing Bird now. There's Bird off the screen from the corner. Big basket by Larry Bird. That's a two-pointer. Detroit by 3 with a minute 13, and Bird has 36. And after the shooting slump, Doug Collins, Larry Bird, with the confidence born of the star he is, hits the long-distance jumper.
Let me tell you something about great shooters and great scorers. They are never in slumps. They're going to keep shooting it, and Larry Bird, he's going to come across, he's going to set a screen, and then he fades back to the corner. Mahorn with a hand in his face, nothing but the bottom of the net. Still a minute 13 to go, 3-point lead for Boston now.
So Boston has 1 timeout remaining. Detroit has 2 timeouts remaining in this game. Big possession for Detroit. Laimbeer way out high. Seasting all over Isaiah Thomas, and he's called for the foul. It'll be a shooting foul. In a way, from a Boston point of view, maybe not that bad a foul, in the sense that the free throw opportunities are made and Boston gets their hand on the ball with a minute 8 to go.
Well, what that does, though, it gives Chuck Daly a chance to substitute. And he can start making defensive substitutions now. The clock stopped. He can bring Rodman in the game. He can bring Dumars in the game. So he can get his better defenders in the game and take out his offensive players.
Isaiah Thomas makes it a 2-point game. He can pull the Pistons to within 1. And here come Rodman and Dumars.
You can bet that when Boston comes down, in some way Larry Bird's going to be part of the play.
Totally a minute remaining. Boston by 1. Here's Bird against Mahorn. Ainge from the top of the key. Big bucket by Ainge. It rattled home. Laimbeer answers for Detroit. Time remaining at the lower right, 45 seconds. Every possession very important.
Well, I tell you, Mahorn ran up there and almost fouled Bird. You don't want to foul Bird. He's a 90% free throw shooter. You want to make Boston right now beat you from the field. You don't want to put him on the free throw line.
10 on the shot clock. 9, 8, Bird down low. Misses. Mahorn rebounds and calls timeout with 27 seconds to go in this game. It'll probably not be an overtime situation because it is a 1-point game, and Bird missing a critical close-in shot. Mahorn with the rebound. Here, I want to point something out. 27 seconds as you look at this rebound. 27 seconds to go in the game, and 23 seconds on the shot clock for Detroit. 1 ticked off. A 4-second disparity in the shot clock. So
Inbounds.
He does make the pass along the sideline.
They got Isaiah Thomas out on the top of the floor against Seaston.
16 seconds. Seasting right in his face. Thomas with a very big bucket, and Boston uses their last timeout. Detroit with 1 remaining. And it's Detroit by 1, 17 seconds. So Boston goes for the final shot.
Well, interesting strategy there. Chuck Daly decided to go quickly with it. He did not want to use much clock, giving his team a chance there if the shot was missed to rebound it, or if Boston was able to get it, then they were able to have enough time to maybe defend. But watch the shot as it goes up. You're going to see Rodman react, field, plenty of time. 1 point lead, 17 seconds to go. Larry Bird on the floor for Boston. Don't celebrate to that horn sounds. And I tell you, Larry Bird, unless he has a wide open shot, will drive the ball to the hoop and put the onus on the official to make the call. He will not let the game be determined by a jump shot unless he's absolutely wide open.
And Chuck Daly is talking to his Pistons. What does he say?
Well, guys, we got 17 seconds right now. We need to stop. We do not want to foul. We do not want to give up any touch fouls going to the basket for three-point plays. If you're in a position and you're beaten, make sure the foul you give is hard enough where you don't give up a three-point play. If we're going to give up something, let's make it be a perimeter jump shot, and let's not foul a jump shooter.
Kevin McHale with 20 points in this game. Only 2 points in the fourth quarter, though. He's been ridden with 5 fouls. Bird will inbound, 17 seconds remaining. Mahorn talking to Bird right now. He's right in front of here talking to Bird. Into Dennis Johnson.
We're going to run a flare for Bird coming off the McHale screen.
There's Bird with the ball against Mahorn.
He'll take it to the hoop. You can bet. He's going to try to draw a foul.
It's blocked. And Seasting hit it off of a Detroit player. No, it is. Here's a disparity in the call. They're going to give the ball to Detroit. Bird steals it. Johnson, layup, Boston, 1 second left. Detroit timeout. 1 second left. Bird steals it and gets it to Johnson at the buzzer. 1 second remaining.
Oh my, what a mistake by Detroit. They should have called timeout and took the ball at half court. They threw a floating pass into Lambeer. Bird steals it. Oh, what a mistake. Veteran players cannot make that kind of mistake.
Look at Walton. He thinks it's a missed shot. He thinks the game is over. Seasting had tried to throw the ball off of a Detroit body to get the Boston call. He did not get that. It was Detroit ball. And then, as Doug told you, the mistake on the inbounds play. And with Bird anywhere near you, you can't do it.
You've got to call timeout at worst and regroup. Chuck Daly was signaling for a timeout. They threw a floating pass inbounds. Oh my, what a cardinal mistake. Now 1 second.
108-107 Boston. Game 5 Eastern Conference Championship Series.
I'm not believing that. Oh man.
Darren Day fouled out, and here it is again.
Well, let's watch this. First of all, it's a floating pass. Lambeer does not meet it. Bird picks it off, and then a driving shot by DJ.
Here, McHale waving those long arms. Lambeer out of bounds. Boston will win this game. The buzzer sounds just as the ball goes out of bounds. There was less than a second remaining on the tick of the clock, and Detroit's valiant effort comes up a point short on a critical inbounds mistake. Boston's Larry Bird picked off the pass, got it to Dennis Johnson. He hit the clutch layup, and Boston wins at 108-107 to take a 3-2 lead in the Eastern Conference Championship Series.